If you're stitching here in Europe, how are you doing? Are you staying cool? Because if you're in the US and wondering, all of us over here, we're not doing so well right now. Hi, everybody. This is Claire, Floss Chronicles on YouTube and also on Instagram, coming to you with another update on my stitching. Going to give you a little bit of a recap of what I've been doing the last couple months. As I mentioned, it is hotter than the ninth ring of hell here today. It's supposed to get up to 97 degrees Fahrenheit. No air conditioning. So all of you people in the States who are enjoying your summer days that are maybe warm, but at least you can get out of the heat and relax in some air conditioning. I am thoroughly jealous right about now because we're basically living like vampires. We have all of our windows are closed, all of our roulades are down, so it's totally dark. We've got fans running. I'm in the basement, which is where my craft room is, and I could not be happier that this is where my craft room is because I think it's about 10 degrees cooler than the rest of the house at the moment. So it seems like a really good day to be stuck inside and just chatting about cross stitch. And it's probably where I will spend the remainder of this weekend. Today is Saturday, July 15th. And yeah, I just thought I would recap what I did over the month of May as far as stitching and into the month of June and now into July. We've had a really busy couple of months. I think that's everybody right about now. I feel like everyone has mentioned, that's just been kind of a blur. The last couple months feel like they've been a little bit of a blur. My son graduated from high school in June, and then we worked through the remainder of the school year with my twins. And I've also been working on location for a couple weeks at our office in a beautiful location called Garmisch-Partenkirchen. If you've ever been there, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's right on the Austrian-German border, and it was not a bad place to be stuck for a couple weeks of work. So I didn't get a ton of stitching done while I was there, but I definitely took stitching with me. I had a chance to go out after work and just do some nice walking around and hiking in the nature. I'll post some pictures. It was really idyllic. So that's about all we've got planned for vacation this summer. We've got two kids who are getting ready to go into their senior year of school. I can't even believe it. So I know there's going to be university trips and visits in the next couple of months. And we have a stateside trip planned in fall. So we're kind of just hanging out this summer. And the kids are happy to be just off of school and hanging with friends and living their best teenage lives. So, yeah. That's about where we're at. So let me show you what I was doing in Garmisch. I have one project that I take with me every time I go out of town because it's super easy. It's just one thread color. It's an easy project to pick up and put down, and that is my long dog sampler, the opening gambit. And I keep it in my lovely case from House of Stitch and Stash, Rika King. Love this. Such a practical bag for travel. I can cram all my stuff in here, throw it into my bag, and yeah, have everything at the ready. Just in case I'm sure you've seen this around. It's not new, but I'll show you a picture of the cover. This is the project I'm working on. And I really just love all the hilarious little things that are going on. This is true of all long dog samplers, isn't it? But I just really love this little dragon, especially balancing this teapot on his tail, cracks me up. And the chest theme, I think, is really, really cool. So that's what I worked on the last couple weeks while I was in the mountains. And here is where I'm at. I am using DMC 820 on a piece of 18 count opalescent Zweigart Ada. And I'm really happy with how that's coming out. It's just so easy to just, grab it, do a couple lines, set it down, go grab dinner, come back to the apartment. There was the weather after about 5 o'clock when things start to cool down. It's lovely to be outside. And I was lucky to have a terrace, both places I stayed this last couple weeks. So I just kind of sat out and chilled and yeah, just stitched. So that was really nice. And the other project that I'm working on was one of my calls for my July whip go. So I'm kind of working backwards. I think I'm just gonna jump around. We'll see where we go. The project for my whip go call was to do fall stitching. I think it was one fall stitching, one Halloween stitch. And I'm trying to remember what my third block is. Not a free choice, but I, off the top of my head, can't remember. I've kind of been jumping around a little bit with whip go in July, just because of not being home. So kind of just been working on whatever pleases me. This one though is my fall stitching, so it is called Fracture number 11 from Stitching Spell. I got this on Etsy and I just really loved the colors of this. I love the pumpkin. I don't usually stitch a lot of traditional stitching like primitives or anything like that, but I really loved this one just because I like the variety of colors. That blue and the urn and that little pear. It was really pretty. So here is where I'm at with that. And you'll see I had to like frog a little bit of this wing. I have to go back with my little lint roller and get that extra bit of fuzz out of there. But I got all of this bird stitched in and worked on this second one. And a little bit of this ivy. That was about where I was at, was just this beginning. I don't think I have a picture of this when I started. I'm gonna double check. If I do, I'll post it here so you can see my progress. I have to get better at that. I always forget because I get, you know, I'm just ready to pick up the project and start going, but I need to take a picture at the beginning to show where I was so that I can show my progress at the end of the month. So yeah, that's a goal. I probably should work on that. Okay. That. And then for the month of May, I guess I'm going to backtrack and go through the month of May, which was May. So I decided to do all of my mirabilia starts, like 4 starts, one new one, or touching one project a week for 4 weeks in May. And I think I may have touched more than that because I think I just kind of flitted around on my mirabilias. I know that the retreat is coming up in Charlotte in October. My friend Maggie, Kitschy Whips, and Fiber Arts Amy are hosting that, and I'm really jealous that I'm no longer in Charlotte, North Carolina, and can't make it to that because it looks like it's going to be an awesome retreat. And I found another one in the UK. So my friend Shauna, who I stitch with here locally, she and I have already talked about making plans to get to that because both of us are big mirabilia stitchers. So I started, these are in no particular order. I started the Woodland Fairy, and here she is. And for most of these, I have all of the DMC already kitted up, but I have none of the specialty threads or the beads yet. So I need to work on finding a supplier. I don't know why Mill Hill beads are so tricky for me, but for whatever reason, I have a hard time like figuring out what ones I need, finding them on the internet, ordering them. I wish I had, I don't have a needle shop nearby to go buy them, to actually go see them and double check the numbers. I mean, it's not rocket science, but for some reason, I've just totally put off ordering any of the beads for these projects. So I need to, that's probably the next major purchase that I need to make, is getting some beads. But here is where I am at with her. And this is on the most beautiful fabric from BeStitchMe. It's an unnamed 28 count linen. And you can see this is where I'm at. I've just started like her lap and her upper thigh where she's sitting on the branch. But oh my gosh, this fabric. Oh, I love it. It is so turquoisey blue. It's so pretty. I think her dress, that yellow, is going to look so beautiful on here. I'm really happy with this one. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And it's in my GaRon Totem Bags bag from my Bag of the Month club last year. I can't remember, I think this might have been June or July of last, no. Yeah, maybe June or July of last year. I can't remember. It was a summertime bag, but it's perfect. As always, I snagged another bag when they had their sale just a couple weeks ago. And I fully admit that I was at a friend's house and excused myself to use the restroom so I could quick log on and order my bag from the bathroom. So the time difference kind of gets me, but like, oh, 9 o'clock on a Saturday, excuse me, I'm just gonna run to the restroom. And I'm like in there ordering my project bag. But they're the best fabrics and I love those bags. So I'm super excited. I scored one of the ones that I really wanted to get. Next, I also worked on my Christmas flourishes. This one I started a little while ago. I'm gonna have to look back. I think I started it in 2021. And I think I do have a photo of this where I was the last time I worked on it. But here is a photo, just in case you're not familiar. And this one is out of print. She is tricky to find. I lucked out and found it on eBay for not a ton of money. I didn't have to sell a child, but I just love the motion of all of this fabric and all the things she's holding in her hands. I want to believe like this is how I would look if I'm descending the stairs with all of our Christmas decorations ready to bring joy. Bring joy and Christmas spirit to my home, which really I'm just lugging up Rubbermaid containers and sweating, trying to assemble an artificial tree. But you know, I mean, in my mind, this is the spirit of Christmas that I am flourishing upon you. Anyway, here is the progress I have made on her. I didn't spend a ton of, I think I only spent a day or two stitching on her. And I'm not, okay, yeah, and it goes this way. There we go. I got all of this purple stitched in here and a little bit down into this part. So I did start with Krynic here and I frogged it and decided to go with Treasure Braid. I find it's so much easier to work with. I think it's a little bit thinner than the Krynic that was called for, so that's part of the deal. But it just doesn't seem to knot up as much as Krynic does, and I'm really a little bit of a convert. Let me see if I have the color that I can actually tell you which one I used. Yeah, it's right here. This was Petite Treasure Braid PB20. So this is the one I'm using, the emerald green. And it's almost exactly the same as this is the Krynic, almost the exact same in color, although they're showing up a little bit. This one's looking a little bit darker. Maybe it is just like a tiny bit darker, but the texture of this just makes it so much easier to go through this linen. It's a 32 count linen. It's a piece that I bought in Paris. I really love this red. It's looking a little bit brighter on camera than it is. It's more like a wine color red. But I really think she's going to be beautiful on that. So yeah, that's the only substitution that I have made on this project so far. And again, I'm going to have to order the beads at some point. And I think she calls, yeah, that's actually all that I need to get. I've got the Petite Treasure Braid for the gold and the green. So I'll get the beads, and I mean that feels like a long way off anyhow. So I'm not too stressed about it. Next, I worked on the September Sapphire Fairy. And this was a start that my friend Shauna Sprague, I'll put her Instagram below. You should check out what she's working on. She's an amazing stitcher. She's been stitching a lot longer than I have, and she has mad skills. She belongs to a guild, which seems very fancy. She does really amazing, intricate needlework, just beyond cross stitch, just really beautiful technique. But she loves mirabilia like I do, and I said, hey, I've got this pattern, I'm dying to try it, just start it. And she said, yeah, I've got the same one. So we both started this around the same time. I love her blue sash and that against that green dress. I just think she's so pretty. So I also think this is a very appropriate GaRon Toten Bags bag. This was also from their Bag of the Month Club. And here is where I am. So I've been working on her pretty steadily. I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. It's so beautiful. This is also a BeStitchMe fabric, also unnamed. I believe it's 28 count even weave or 28 count Lugana. Is the tag in here? I do not. But I have it written down somewhere, so I think it's 28 count Lugana. Anyway, I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. So another great start in May. I thought about doing a whip parade for this month, but I don't know. I don't want to drag all that stuff out at the moment. I feel like it's just, I can't be asked, people. It's too hot. It's too damn hot. I think I'll just have to wait until January. Then I can drag everything out and organize it and then really show you everything I've been working on and the progress I've made. But I also think that I'll like having worked on all of these, showing you what I've got. I mean, yeah, that's about it. Anyway, maybe there's a few things in between. There's a few smalls that I've worked on as gifts that I can't show just yet. I have to wait for the exchange of those. But we've got Stitch Basel coming up in September. We'll show you that really quick. This is the stitching retreat that is happening in Basel, Switzerland. And here's the little card. It's happening September 15th through the 17th. It will be my first retreat ever. I'm super excited about it. I've been working on like tiny little gifts to bring, and I've been working on my smalls exchange, and every time they post something about the people that are going to be there and the stuff they're getting for these goodie bags, I feel like I'm going to need to bring an empty carry-on luggage just to bring home everything that they're going to be giving away. XG Designs is going to be there with their fabric, which I'm super excited about. Color Fever is a hand-dyed floss and silk company out of, she's here in Germany. Her floss is so beautiful. So I'm super excited to shop her. I'm basically just going to go there and, I don't know, spend my children's college fund. So looking forward to that. And I'll be able to show you the smalls exchange and the things that I've made for that in a little while. So end of year. Hang on, people. Just stick with me. Stay with me. Next, I worked on another mirabilia. This is the mermaid waiting for ships. Here she is. So pretty. And this one actually calls for a ton of beads and a ton of Kreinik. So I've had to work around. I was like, oh, I'll just get started on her. But actually I'm finding that I really need to get some of the specialty threads because her tail has quite a few of the beads and the Kreiniks. But here is where I'm at, just using the DMCs for now. This is also BeStitchMe, opalescent, beautiful green color. I've just started working on her tail. I think it's going to be really beautiful on this fabric. I really love BeStitchMe. She's kind of my favorite. And I've really lucked out on her Friday night fight nights. Most of my fabric, I'm a member of her Fabric of the Month Club, but most of the other fabric that I've scored, I've gotten from her Friday night fight night. And of course, I'm a solid 7 hours ahead of time. So usually it starts at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm here to tell you that you can totally get on that sale the next day. And there's probably still stuff left because she had a sale just this last night on the 14th and I'd kind of forgotten about it. And I also was like, I don't really need any more fabric, but you know, today I had to go take a look and I managed to get 2 pieces that were still not claimed. And it's almost noon my time here. So 6 a.m. Eastern Standard. You can, you know, kind of luck out, especially too. What I noticed today is if you are a stitcher on a higher count fabric. So if you're a 40 count or a 46 count lover, she's still got tons of fabric available. No problem. So I totally think you should check out those Friday night fight nights. You can usually luck out and get a piece or two even if you've not logged on right when this sale starts. And speaking of lucking out, I saw on Instagram a few weeks ago, Clay by Kim, the gal who makes those adorable dragon needle minders, was having a giveaway, and she was just posting. So I commented on it and I won, and I was so excited. I can't believe it, because hers are really hard to come by. Like I can't stay up late for those sales, and they're sold out in a second. So I think I have one needle minder from her that I was so excited to get. But now I have a second because I won this cute little ladybug. I'm going to see if I can see if this will focus. Hold on a second. Let me put my notebook up behind it. See if you can see. Oh, coming clear. Hey, buddy. Okay, not that clear, but you get the idea. Look at these cute little resin dewdrops and that little crystal. Oh my gosh. Her clay blending is just insane. And it's so adorable. So super excited to win that. Thank you so much, Kim. I love the giveaways. I felt very lucky. That's pretty nice. Okay, two. I've got two more mirabilias that I worked on. So I guess I threw another one in there while I was working. It's this one for sure. This is Claire, from the Bewitching Pixies series. And I think I have a photo of what this looked like before this month. And I've really just gotten through the water lilies parts on the edges, and I worked on more of her brow and into this silhouette. I had to do this one because it's my namesake. I love that the name is spelled correctly, the way I spell it. So that's also an easy one because it's just one thread. I think I'm going to probably pick this one up and work on it a little bit this afternoon as well, because it's just super simple stitching, and I'm really close to a finish. I do have the beads for the scowl, so I could theoretically finish this one, and then I could take it with me for the brag table at Stitch Basel, because I'm thinking about that too, like what things I want to bring that I'm gonna finish but maybe not frame until afterwards, and then pack up and take with me to Switzerland. So I will probably take her. She is. I'm not going to take her off the Q-snap because I'm going to work on her. And the last one is my gathering eggs. So I, first of all, I got a gift card for Amazon and bought my very first scroll frame, which is a game changer for these larger projects because I can get it so tight, not have to move it around so much. And then it's always ready to go. So I can just pick it up, bring it upstairs to the sofa, take it outside to the patio, and just stitch on it wherever and not have to worry too much about it. But it's going to take me a minute, and I'm hoping I'm not going to knock over my whole setup to show you this. So give me a second. And she is so close to done. Oh my gosh. So again, I'll post a photo here of where I was. And I'm not going to take her out of this because it's kind of a pain in the tuchus. I sewed it in. You can see I stitched it in. This part is snapped a little bit. But this keeps it so tight. But look at how good she looks. I just have, so I've finished all of this little nibbly confetti business over here. And the only thing I still have to do is her skin and the back stitching. And there's this pattern calls for one bead along her sleeve and a little bit along the bottom of the dress. And it's so Look at how good this looks. Let me see if I can get it in here so you can really get a good look. There we go. So good. Look at how there's pink in her hair. I would never think to put pink in her hair, but it's looking so lovely. And I just have to finish up that one lily at the top. And then really, I'm done. I'm done. And then I'll have a mirror that's done. And I'm going to take this one with me to Basel. So yeah, I'm motivated. I'm motivated to finish her. I'm not loving skin, the skin I'm doing 2 threads, tent stitch over 1. So it looks beautiful. It's looking like her arm. I don't know if you can see it. I can get this close enough. Her arm is done in that method. And I think it looks so nice, but it's tedious. Tedious as hell. So I have to be in a mood. Like I have to be like, okay, let me sit down and really mess with this. And I'm procrastinating a tiny bit. So yeah, I'll get on with that and work through it. And hopefully she'll be a finish for September and I can take it with me to show off, because I know there's going to be amazing projects there. Stitchy Mama, I know you've got some beautiful things. I just watched your latest video and you've got such beautiful projects going. Stitchy Lanka, I'm sure you're going to have cute stuff. Shauna, I know you're rolling deep with your praiseworthy stitches and you're going to show all your amazing stuff. So I'm just trying to hang. I'm trying to hang with the cool kids. Anyway, what else have I got? So June, let's go into what I was doing in June. So June is Pride. So on top of both of my calls for WIPCO were both stitch on a mirabilia. So I was like, sweet, I'm going to keep on. So that's why I got so much progress made on September Sapphire Fairy and Gathering Eggs, as I just kept on working on them. But in between, I was also working on my 2 Pride stitches. One is from Dee's 20 Stitches. It is their Let's Make a Statement #1. Got the cover picture here. Trans rights are worth more than boy wizards. Word. I love this one. And it's been a super fast stitch, so that's been super easy and fun. I also love when I find like an inadvertent trans flag variegated floss. And I had this, I think it's called Cotton Candy, and it's also from BeStitchMe. I think did I win it? I might have won it in a giveaway, or I think I might have just purchased it off of a resale site. But it's this gorgeous pink and blue and white variegation, and it has been perfect for this project. Let me see if I can put this up against the thing. This is my KathiesPOSIES bag, by the way. Love her stuff. She puts these like vintage pieces of fabric on her project bags, and I think they're adorable. So here we go. That's where I'm at. This I'm doing in a metallic thread. My sister brought it to me from Michael's. It is insanely thick. It is making me crazy. The back of my project looks crappy because it is like I'm yanking it through and trying to like not get it to knot. But it's gonna look pretty when it's finished, I think. And it really, I'm just doing it in tent stitch because it is so thick. So thick. So anyway, I'm really happy with the way the trans rights came out in that variegation. It's so pretty. I have to finish the flowers and then I'll be done. I think I'm gonna like frame that up for my wall. Maybe put it in my guest powder room, because I've got lots of funny, quirky little things on the bathroom wall in there. And I think that's a good place for it, because my bathroom is for everybody and I freaking don't care. Next, I have my Move Forward in Love. This was from Modern Folk Embroidery from last year. That's what it looks like. And I think I also have like an Instagram photo of me working on this picture. You could kind of see where I was at the last time I touched this project. And here is where I'm at now. This is on an 18 count BeStitchMe fabric called Love Potion, which I think is apropos. And I basically got the rest of this, whoops, where am I at? Here, like the rest of this coloring here, and then into this stitching worked on. So this is another one that's really fun and easy to pick up. You can just do a couple colors. These little bird motifs and things are pretty simple. So I like working on this one as well when I'm out and about. I take that one in the car a lot of times. It's kind of my unofficial car project. It lives in one of my favorite GaRon totem bags, which is the Golden Girls. This cracks me up. I think it's so cute. And it's got like the Florida inside fabric. So cute. Oh, and one other product that is a super game changer for me that I just found recently are these floss organizers from Bags Plus, and I'll put a link to their Etsy shop below. This is one of her smaller ones. It's just this little like pouch. So this part here, you can cram all your stuff, like all your orts or all your stuff, your scissors, minders, whatever. And then on the other side, you can put all of your threads. So this tiny one is perfect for this project. It holds exactly what I need for this project. I just kind of worked out a stash with my DMCs. At the time, I didn't go buy anything new. So some of these are off from what Jacob called for on the color version of this project. But I think it's turning out really cute, actually. So I'm really happy with it. But I'm just loving this because this makes my project bags so much more organized. And especially with some of my bigger projects like gathering eggs, I have one of her bigger organizers. Let me show you. This gal. Ooh, she's so cute. So again, pouch for your pattern. Just pull this out really quickly so you can kind of see it's Starry Night by Van Gogh, right? So pouch to keep all your schnick-schnack in. There's a little loop to put scissors on or what have you. And then, oh voila. Again, a place to put every single one. I can have them numerical. It's a lot easier for me to like reach and grab exactly what I need. I'm really happy with that. Like super happy with these project bags. So I will be ordering more of those in the future. I think they're really handy. If you can hear chatting in the background, it's my husband arguing with my teenage son about laundry. Because, yeah, that's what we all want to do on the weekend. Between that and the fans that are running in our house, like the white noise situation outside of this room is out of control for me. I actually am really happy to tuck myself away in here. I need a little silence. Just shh. Shh, it's too hot. Like, let's not fight about laundry. Let's just get clean clothes. Okay, we all need clean underwear. We all need socks. You graduated from high school. You got nothing on the docket. You're taking your gap year. Gap year is great. Do your gap year. But help with the laundry. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Moving on. What have we got next? Oh, okay. The other thing that happened in the month of May, which was really sad for me personally, is that Rika King, House of Stitch and Stash, finally moved back to the States. So she used to be in my community and I used to stitch with her and it was really fun and she was hilarious and so talented. And I'm really sad that she's not going to be around like here in real life to stitch with me anymore. But I'm sure we'll stay in touch over Instagram and I keep watching what she's doing. And while she was packing up, she said, hey, I have a bunch of 28 count linen. I don't stitch on it anymore. So if you want some of it, come on over and take a look. You're welcome to like have first dibs before I put it for sale online. So I did. And I got some really great fabric from her. So this is kind of rolling into the stash, like the stash portion of my show. I'm done with showing you the whips. If you don't want to see the stuff that I've acquired, that's fine. You can move on. I actually don't have a whole lot. It's really just this fabric. So she is a subscriber to Color and Cotton's Fabric of the Month. So she had a few of those. Let me see which one. Here it was. So I got 5 different fabrics from her. I got Color and Cotton's Prairie Dust from September of 2020. Such a good neutral. Come see, like, it's just beautiful. Really happy with that. Then River Rock, also a 28 count casual linen. This one, I mean, these are probably not showing up super well on this, on the camera. You can't really tell. This one's got just like a little hint of lavender situation happening, which I think is really pretty. And I really love 28 count is my jam. I feel like that's perfect for my eyesight at 46. I feel like, yeah, I need readers. So anything smaller than that is really tricky for me. I have one project on a 36 count and I just don't reach for it because it's downright tricky. Like I just have to have really good lighting and I have to have my reading glasses on, and yeah, it's just a little more of a hassle. So I really like the 28 count. That's about the level I can handle. The next one that I got is called Driftwood. These are all kind of looking the same, aren't they? Let me see if you can like see the difference between. Yeah, okay, you can kind of see when I'm like holding. You can see kind of how this is a little bit more purpley than the Driftwood, and then this one, this what's this called? Prairie Dust, right? Is a little more brown. So you can kind of see the differentiation in color. But she's pretty. I love these neutrals. This is not usually the stuff I gravitate towards, so I was really excited when I could see them in real life, you know. I think that's part of the deal too, is you see them online, and it's just like with models too. When you see things actually stitched and you see things actually in real life, like you can put it together and go, oh yeah, this is going to make an amazing fabric for a sampler, or this is going to be really good for my Christmas stitching, or just a general neutral for whatever I'm working on. Here's another one called Garden Path. This one's got just a little bit of a pinky tinge to it, and this one really reminded me of Rika because she stitches on like really light pinks. The projects she was working on when we were together were always like kind of on this kind of color fabric, so this reminds me of her. And lastly, she had a cut of 28 count feldspar, which this fabric, this blue, this gray, the tan, the modeling, this right here to me, it's perfect. It's perfect. She's stitching her latest mirabilia. Is that Nightingale? You know the one I'm talking about? It's like blue and white, and she's got the lantern. It's the, like, yeah, I think it's Nightingale. Oh, it looks so good on this fabric. I'm obsessed with it. So I was super excited when she was like, I'm not going to stitch on this anymore. Give me that, please. Super happy. Super happy. So Rika, I hope where you are, you're doing well and you're settling in. I read that you're like living your best life now with DoorDash, which makes me kind of jealous. So you can get everything just delivered to you. It's one of the things that I really kind of miss. Germany's great, but DoorDash would be awesome. And the only other fabric, or the other stash that I have from the last couple months is one project bag that I'm going to show you, and also two other fabrics. This was my fabric of the month. For the month of May, I got Bronze Age. I do the, what is this, 28 count Lugana. And then this month was Summer Sunrise. So pretty. This is gorgeous. I am thinking about doing like a summer stitch, or I saw that there's an ink circles pattern. I'm going to forget the name of it right now, but it's like a clock. Maybe it's called like 5 o'clock or something like that. And it's like different drinks going around, and it's really cute and fun. I think Pam is stitching it from Just Keep Stitching. And I thought that this might actually be a really good fabric for that pattern because it's so bright and cheery, and the cocktails look so bright and cheery. So maybe I will look into that. Like, I need another start. But you know, future plans. We'll see. This is not a fabric I would normally gravitate toward, like this color. Although it goes really good with my nails. I love coral for my nails, but I would normally not use this color. I'm definitely more of like a blue or a neutral. So I'm excited to do this fabric of the month club too, and just get things that are not like outside of my comfort zone or outside of what I would normally order. And yeah, oh, the bag. Okay, listen, I almost don't want to tell you about this place because I don't want everyone to catch on to these amazing bags, but I want this person to succeed, so I'm struggling. Kaylee 10 Stitch has a shop called the Sewing Shop Inc. And she is out of Canada. And her bags are so good. Kaylee, I love your bags. I love the fabrics you choose. I love the style of them. I'm going to show people this bag and you're going to want to race right there. The exchange rate is really decent. So whenever I do the conversion of like Canadian dollars to US dollars, I feel like I'm getting a massive deal because her bags are very reasonably priced in my opinion. This one I just got not too long ago. I forget what this one's called. They all have like cute, clever names. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but oh my gosh. Would you get a load of this fabric? Oh, look at this stitched fabric. It's so good. And these are like silky. Oh, and then along here, it's like this brocade. And then her zipper. She's got this little handle. And then she's got these cute little zipper fob things. And it's gusseted, like it's thick. She's thick. You can, it's the second time I made that joke. Can you tell that I have teenagers? I love that you can fit a lot in this bag. This bag is currently holding like all of my beads and all of my threads for my chatelaine that I'm working on. This is my smaller, I have 2 chatelaines on the go. This is the beaded toadstool tile. And I actually worked on this a little bit this month as well on Chatelaine Wednesday. So here's where I'm at with her. I'm really happy about this. I was super freaked out about beading. Like I had never done it before this project. And yeah, I just thought, all right, just get in there and do it. It can't be that hard. So I'm really happy with how it's turning out, actually. I think that these beads are super cute. These toadstools are going to be adorable. It's super blingy, like all chatelaines. It's gorgeous. And she fits perfectly in this amazing bag. So I'm telling you to go check out the Sewing Shop Inc. I will link it below. Every once in a while she does awesome sales. She had one for Canada Day and I had to scoop up another bag. I just think they're great. They're really great. That's it for haul. That's it for whips. That's it for life update. That's it for me complaining about my teenagers a little bit. Future plans. So the only other thing I'm looking to start in the month of July is I think for Christmas in July, I'm going to take the plunge and work on this idea of a project that I had from, this was a lady was selling this online and so there was a lady on one of the cross stitch de-stash pages that I follow on Facebook who posted this cross stitch Afghan for sale. Right, it's just a throw blanket, but the squares in the middle are, I think, maybe 14 or 16 count Ada, so you can stitch, and it's big. Like she's a good size. And I thought what she said when she posted it was, this would be so cute if you did Prairie Schooler Santas on it. And I was like, yes, it would. It would be very cute if you did that. So I've been slowly acquiring Prairie Schooler Santas. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 9. And I think that the whole blanket has 12 squares. So I'm going to start in the middle and move my way out. But I have all these little Santas, and I think in each square a different Santa. I have to keep my back stitching really neat. Like the back side of it will have to be really tidy because I can't really figure out. Tell me in the link below, like tell me below in the comments if you've ever done something like this. Would you back it in some kind of fabric? Because it's not a quilt, like it's an Afghan. So I'm guessing the back is going to be visible, which is fine. I'm just going to have to be really, and actually it'll probably be fine because these Santas have big blocks of color. So, you know, anytime you're stitching big blocks of color and you're not going every which way, your backs are usually pretty tidy. I think it'll be fine. But if you've got a better way of doing this, or if you've done something like this before, I would love to hear from you. Like, how did you work it out? What were your, you know, did you maybe, I don't know, like put felt on the back? Would that be weird? I'm not sure. I mean, it's going to be mostly decorative. If I see one of my kids curl up underneath this blanket after it's done, I'm like, you know, like with cranberry juice in their hand. I'm like, get out of here. So it'll mostly just like sit like this lovely one from Iceland, like in a nice adult space, because I can only have a few nice things. But if you've done it before and you've got some ideas or some tips and tricks, please let me know, because I would love to hear from you about that. Yeah, so again, I'm trying to rope Shauna into starting that with me. Like, she's got enough to do, but I was like, man, maybe you want to just start it as well, because she likes the idea too. So I'll probably stitch on that on the 24th and the 25th, see how far I get, see if it's working out. Like, it's more of an experiment than anything. And yeah, that'll probably be it until Whip Go of August. So I'm going to work on my fall stuff still, and then see what gets called in August. And hopefully I'll get back with you. I don't know, like, things have kind of calmed down now that summer's underway and work travel has ended. Hopefully I'll have some more time just to chill and to post more videos and post more progress. And I'll have more time, hopefully, for stitching as well, because I am not going outside while it is 1,000 degrees. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. So I'll probably be indoors. Anyway, wherever you are, I hope you are keeping cool. I hope that you are hydrating yourself. I hope that your stitching is going great. I hope your summer is going well. And yeah, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next